My story of mum. Our mothers and grandmothers are, I suppose, our greatest influences in life and really shape the women that we become. We use the facets of them that resonate most for us in creating the kind of mother that we eventually grow into. I thank my mum for striving hard to always allow me to reach my full potential in life. After I met Bob, I knew from the very first kiss that he'd be the father of my children, corny as that sounds. A second marriage for us both, we decided to immediately try for a family, arrogantly, naively, innocently sure that all would go to plan. I was so very proud to be pregnant and approached it like my greatest research project, reading and doing absolutely everything I could by the letter, until extreme nausea and exhaustion stopped me in my tracks. I was so very poorly, I lost weight and really was unable to eat very much or even drink anything apart from a particular brand of water. It eventually passed and I threw myself into birth classes and preparing for the arrival of our first child. Baby Mia arrived, an undiagnosed breech, but that's another story. And she's been contrary all her life since. Beautiful, strong and determined to get there, wherever there is. It was she who introduced me to the challenging, worrying, lonely, rewarding, thankless, delightful, hilarious, tedious, exhausting, uplifting role of being a mum. After several heartbreaking miscarriages, Natalia, our second daughter, was born with one easy push on our bathroom floor. Blue and silent and lifeless. We were rushed straight to the neonatal intensive care unit and our world crumbled at the diagnosis of Down syndrome as she lay in an incubator completely unaware of the stigma attached to her extra chromosome. It was a wise midwife who shook me out of my self-pity and told me to get to that hospital and love that baby, which I was afraid to do in case she died. Because, as she said, whether that baby lives or dies, my dear, she needs your love. Now go and give it to her. I often think how clever Natty was to slip through the net of screening. Yes, there have been many challenges along the way, feeding issues. Here she's pictured having her first taste of express breast milk. Heart surgery, chest infections, pneumonia, hospital stays and many therapies. But certainly nothing that didn't make her incredible, wonderful, full life not worth living. I cannot go back and reclaim the wasted early days, but I can gently change perceptions of Down syndrome from within the hearts of others and buy precious early bonding time for new parents through Downside Up. So who am I? An activist, a campaigner, a writer, speaker, blogger? I think I simply wear my heart on my sleeve and lay my feelings bare through my writing. This recent naked shoot was done partly to raise funds for charity, but also to encourage mums to thank their bodies for the beautiful children that they've given them, and also forgive their bodies for losses or infertility. Our stories of mum change as we go through life and as we age. I'm also a stepmom and now a really very proud step-grandmother, or Gigi as I'm very glamorously called. I'm watching through new eyes with respect and sympathy and worry and excitement as my stepson and his wife learn to parent through the most exhausting baptism of fire. This exercise has taught me several key points. Firstly, that with all the energy motherhood takes from us, we must nurture ourselves and remember who we are at the very core of it all. Secondly, childhoods are so very fleeting, and we must stock up on memories and make every day count. The elastic love that we create between ourselves and our children must be strong enough so that as it stretches, they can always bounce back to us. Mia will one day hopefully be the most incredible mom and make me a grandmother again. But I've had to accept that motherhood won't be part of Natalia's picture. But I do hope that she will be the most incredible auntie one day, and that will be her version of Story of Mum. Lastly, I simply pray that I can be around for as long as both girls continue to need me.